Welcome back to the last PTV episode of the school year. I'm Nathan Fisher.
And I'm James Troussar. Last week, PHS seniors stepped out of the classroom and into the courtroom.
It's not what you're thinking. We didn't do anything wrong. Not yet, anyways. We were getting a first-hand look at the Kansas Supreme Court in action.
We left Skylar Russell there to bring you this report.
PHS seniors had the unique opportunity to attend a live session of the U.S. Supreme Court in Logan.
We are really excited to be in Logan and to provide the schools that are here the opportunity, as well as the people of Logan, the chance to watch us in action.
The students had a good experience stepping out of the classroom to learn.
Obviously just drawing some real world perspective to all the things that I've hypothetically been talking about. I appreciated that the head of the Supreme Court mentioned a lot of phrases that I've brought up in class of like, oh, okay, like they can kind of, tie that to like, hey, here's an actual court case instead of, me just mentioning hypotheticals in class. So, yeah.
A visit to the U.S. Supreme Court is a valuable opportunity for students to see the government in action.
It just really helps, what we've learned in government helped put, we can see it. Because we haven't learned about the appellate court, and that's what this was. They're trying to get an appeal. So it's just nice to see how it actually works.
Although the case didn't go as the students planned, they still had great learning opportunities.
I didn't really know what to expect. I think a lot of people thought the actual person who wanted to be appealed, I forgot the term. I think a lot of people thought the person who wanted to be appealed was going to be there, but he wasn't. So I think a lot of people were disappointed in that. I was just going to see what was going to happen.
For PTV, this is Skylar Russell.
My name is Callie Leidig, and my senior confession is that my junior year, I forgot to do freckle 3 times, but I never served a detention.
My name's Carissa Keaton, and my senior confession is I never really struggled with geometry. I just went in there to see Mr. Weinman.
My name's Kayla Jacobs, and my senior confession is, after my junior volleyball season, we were told to do something with our team poster, and I volunteered to put it on our former coach's doorstep.
My name is Caitlin Fitzpatrick, and my senior confession is I unrigged the lockers because I thought it was funny.
Uh-oh, maybe our seniors will be learning more about the justice system than we expected.
Let's hope not. Instead, let's go from the sounds of the gavel to the sound of music as we take a look at the last PHS band concert of the school year.
The band and choir performed their last concert at the Huck Boyd.
I thought they played pretty well. We've been working on these songs for quite a while, and I think it all went really well.
A lot of hard work went into these songs.
We have class every day, first hour in the morning, and we just take section by section and day by day. We usually go through about 2 or 3 during a class period, so we rotate them through and get a feel for if we like them or not, and then we keep working, and that's what we do.
Choir has also put in a lot of hard work.
So we started working on these songs. Choir started probably in November, I think, on our pieces for this concert.
Everybody has their favorite songs.
My favorite song would probably be Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ceremony, Chant, and Ritual, or Bohemian Rhapsody.
Acclamations that we played last, and the one before that, the Byzantine dances.
For PTV, this is Nathan Fisher.
Well, there's nothing to get mad about when it comes to all the competitions our PHS students have participated in as the year wraps up.
That's right. We'll start by taking a look at how our forensics team did at state this year.
To wrap up their season, the state forensics team traveled to Marion, Kansas to compete in the 2A state championship. Despite feeling nervous and stressed, PHS students competed well.
About halfway through, I started to get nervous that it was like really real. I think about halfway for me was right after when we performed everything, like our first 3 prelim rounds. That's when it really hit me that like this is the last time I'll be doing it. I need to give it my all, and that like I just have to leave it all out there and have no regrets.
Through the stress, they still prevailed.
Caitlin Rothy ended up placing 3rd in humorous solo and 5th in poetry, and Hallie Jerby placed 5th in formative. So for those 2 seniors to end with state medals, that's amazing. That's awesome. I'm really proud of them. We're going to miss all of our seniors. Some of our seniors didn't get to that final stage, but they did make it to semifinals, and they contributed well to our team, and I'm just so happy for their contributions that they gave to our team.
I'm very glad to be walking away from my last tournament with a medal. I was really hoping to get one today in one of my events. And I'm just proud of the team and how we did as a whole as well. Everyone did really good today.
Not only did they have 3 state medalists, they also had a strong team placing.
As a team, we placed 5th out of the over 30 teams that were here for 2A for state, and so we represented Phillipsburg well. And again, I'm so proud of this team and happy for all they've accomplished this year.
For PTV, this is Caden Skirty.
Answering my questions.
Not only did our forensics team do well at state, so did our journalism staff.
Here's a rundown of state journalism results.
My name is Adrian Hassel, and my senior confession is my freshman year, I drilled holes in desks with a drill bit.
My name is Hannah Walker, and my senior confession is that sophomore year during early band, I fed a cat that had wandered into the band room because it looked hungry, and it kept coming back after that.
My name's Ryan Moffitt, and my senior confession is my freshman year there was a C-team volleyball tournament, and we were in Miss Struckoff's room. I was one of the freshmen that hid the grapes all around her room. They were there at least 2 years later. I'm really sorry, Miss Struckoff.
My name's Leighton Wyatt, and my senior confession is when I was a freshman in the cafeteria, I took ketchup and put it on a hot dog for glue and threw it onto the ceiling. It stayed until my junior year.
I have a confession for you. Although I'm ready to graduate and move on to the next chapter in life, I'm gonna miss our senior class.
I think our teachers are going to miss us the most because our class has achieved so much in the last 4 years.
Those accomplishments were highlighted in this year's awards assembly. Take a look.
To commemorate the seniors and highlight activity awards, Phillipsburg High School held its annual awards ceremony. Awards and scholarships were given out to recognize students for their achievements and pursue their future goals. Senior Callie Leidig is an example of how hard work in high school can pay off.
$500 scholarship to Callie Leidig.
College is very expensive, and so I was blessed with the opportunity to get some scholarship applications from Mr. Burrish, and then I spent some late nights filling those out, getting my resume and transcripts prepared, so that way I could turn them all in and have the best chance of getting some funding to support me in the future at college.
Another student whose hard work was rewarded was
Michael Vanderveen.
So these local scholarships, I got them mainly either by Burrish calling us in and giving us scholarship applications, or also just by checking the school website. Scholarships obviously help make college more affordable, but another thing it does with having to write essays and apply for things, it also just gives you practice for applying for other kinds of things that you'll have to do in the future, and especially it's helpful when you have Mr. Burrish there to answer any of the questions that you might have.
Mr. Burrish explains more.
A lot of this morning did deal with scholarships. The reason why people should apply, number one, it gives you a chance to use your resume, use your letters of recommendation, use your resources that that we've been working on throughout school. Plus, it's going to give you money, a little extra boost for school. Even if it's $250 or $500, it might help with one class. It might help with books. It might help you with your lodging. So I think that's important. Plus, I think it's important to apply because these scholarship presenters and sponsors we have of these are good community members that have given over many years. And I think it's good for our students to get recognized within our school and within our community.
For PTV, this is Alex Brandon.
Gee, graduation is already just around the corner. Thank goodness I have all these senior photos to remember the seniors by.
Friends like me, the one senior that makes their whole graduation card about FFA and Ag. I pose with this jacket like my life depends on it.
Or friends, like me. Your one buddy that makes his whole personality about his car. It doesn't always work properly, but that's okay, because it's red.
Or that one friend that's varsity for every sport I'm in, but only makes one of them my top priority. Yet I still hold no records for this school.
Congrats, grads! You are 2 years late to your 6-month oral cleaning. This is not an actual graduation card, just an excuse for you to see us again.
As we approach the end of our public education, I've been thinking back to the good old days of elementary school. Hallie, what did you enjoy most about elementary school?
Recess. Plus, it seemed like we took more field trips back then.
Like going to the bank?
Yes.
Well, maybe this next story will bring back some fond memories. Take a look.
Saver Bear, Investor Bear, and Giver Bear.
First National Bank has been opening its doors to Phillipsburg's youth to teach them about money and banks.
It's important to teach kids about money early in life so they learn good money habits and start to learn how to handle money.
The students have their own ideas about why learning about money is important.
So they can't get hacked, so they can buy stuff?
There are several jobs at the bank that are behind the scenes, and it's important that kids get to see them.
Well, there's a lot of things that people don't see behind the scenes that are jobs in banks like marketing, compliance, IT. We have loan and deposit operations, which make sure loans and deposits get put on the system correctly. So there's a lot of different careers and opportunities in banking that people don't see.
The children are excited about the different jobs.
The favorite job I saw today was loan officers because they help people get their money. Mr. Sevilla's job, and because he's like the president of the whole bank and he owns the bank.
The tour doesn't just teach students about bank employees, but how to be customers.
I think it's important for the kids to see all of the job opportunities in a bank, so they know that as they get older they can choose a different career than a teller or a loan officer, but also so as customers that come into the bank, they know that there's a lot more that goes on than what they see.
Of course, children enjoy some parts better than others.
To see how tall you were in pennies.
1,000. Oh, man. 1,000?
To see how tall we were in pennies. Seeing the tube come out of the vacuum with the money inside of it. The dry butt.
For PTV, this is Lydia Walker.
Now it's time for our PTV Sports Update.
Hey Panther fans, it's time for our PTV Sports Update. I'm Jed Johnson.
And I'm Skylar Russell. I know school is about out, but we have one more history lesson to share.
History? But this is the sports report.
Exactly, and our boys tennis team made history last weekend when they competed at regionals. Watch this to find out more.
Before the tennis team can make it to state, they have to fight their regionals.
We're at the 321A tennis regionals in Dodge City, hosted by Meade today.
I think I played pretty decent my first game. I ended up winning that game. It was against Brady, which is unfortunate, but second game, I don't think I played that well. I could have played a lot better. I could have hustled more, and then third game, I played my best, and I still ended up fourth.
Me and Colton played better than I think we've ever played. We definitely improved over the last week preparing for this, and I'm glad we got first.
The boys' tennis team had a surprising turnout at regionals.
Well, we came in with a team championship. A lot of firsts for Phillipsburg Tennis, as this is only our fourth year. We had a champion in the doubles. William and Colton were championship doubles teams. Everyone placed and everyone's going to state, so couldn't ask for any better day.
We ended up placing perfectly for state, and I'm proud of every one of the boys on our team.
For PTV, this is Clayton Chestnut.
Speaking of history, it seems like a long time ago that our track team competed at our home meet.
Yes, that was a couple of weeks ago, but some strong performances were accomplished, as you'll see in this next report.
PHS track is continuing the season with the meet at home.
Season's gone pretty well. We're hitting some really good numbers. We're about halfway through, so we're kind of hoping to build up momentum in the second half of the season and just continue working and hopefully give ourselves a chance to have a lot of people competing at the end.
The team has done well. There's been a lot of PRs throughout the last couple of meets. I know that the girls and boys have both placed in top 10 at a couple track meets, and so overall we've been really successful.
The track season has gone well so far.
The throwers have done pretty well. We have several throwers ranked in the top 16 for our classification, as well as some of the throwers are ranked in the top 25, top 50 in the state. But we also have a lot of other competitors that have done well, some jumpers, some sprinters, some relays. So as a whole, we're pretty balanced in our success this season.
In the running events, PH students who shined were Kayla Jacobs, who placed first in the 300 hurdles, and Tanner Hernick, who won both hurdle races and the long jump. Lots have gotten new records and PRs this year.
I've had a pretty good season so far. I've had some good PRs and some good times. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the season's going so far.
For PTV, this is Marissa Armit.
Good luck to our track teams as they head to Hill City for the MCL meet today.
Earlier this week, our golf team hosted a tournament, and Lydia Walker was there to bring you this report.
The Phillipsburg golf team's season was in full swing at their home meet.
Okay, today we had the Mel Shermer golf tournament at the Phillipsburg Golf Course. Mel was a past coach, head coach before I started being a coach. He passed away in 2007, so we named the tournament after him. It's just a lead up to MCL on Thursday, so it's always a good tournament to play in.
The players and coaches are proud of the team's performance.
I think I shot pretty good. Our guys have played well today. It's kind of been a little windy, but the scores have stayed pretty well. And we've had some kids really shoot some pretty good golf, and hopefully that'll get us going to the league in a couple days.
Golfers have been putting all they can into their performance.
With graduation and stuff, sometimes it's hard, but the distractions and stuff. But this is an important week for us because we have 3 tournaments in like 7 days. So guys got to be ready, and hopefully we can play well the rest of the time.
Golf is more than just a competition to these athletes.
It's just fun to be with friends, and then you get to talk with and meet new people.
As a team, Phillipsburg's varsity placed first with a total score of 322. Individually, Mason Lauren and Avery Jacobs tied for 3rd place with a score of 77. Jaden Boyle placed 9th with a score of 83. For PTV, this is Lydia Walker.
That's all the time we have for this sports report. We want to wish all our PHS athletes good luck as they wrap up their spring season. I'm Jed Johnson.
And I'm Skylar Russell.
Go Panthers!
Next up is the moment all of us seniors have been looking forward to for the last 13 years.
Graduation. Here's a look back on this year's commencement ceremony.
Sunday afternoon, we celebrated the graduating class of 2025.
Oh, we typically do about the same thing, you know. We're just going to have a couple of songs, message from the valedictorian and the salutatorian, and then presentation of the class. And so we try to streamline it because, you know, we do have air conditioning now, but people kind of get tired of sitting around. So you try to keep it to about 35, 40 minutes and get people in and out.
Well, today consisted of graduation, which the seniors came a little early to get together before the graduation, and then we lined up and had the ceremony, and then afterwards for me I have my party in a little bit, so that's what today consists of for me.
The graduates also have one final message for next year's seniors.
Do all your work on time. You don't want to get left caught behind. You don't want to be behind at all.
My message to next year's seniors is to enjoy the moment and take advantage of all the opportunities and people around you.
As they move on in life, Mr. Gower has one final message for them.
Just go out and do your thing. Work hard. Never give up. Learn from your failures. You know, so many times throughout their K-12 careers, their parents and grandparents and teachers and administrators, we all try to take away the obstacles from them. And failure is a good thing. You're going to find out when you get out on your own. You know, if something doesn't go your way, how you respond to that is what's going to make you into a young adult and eventually a great, you know, husband, father, mother, parent, on down the line.
For PTV, this is McKenna Gardner.
I'm Michael Vanderveen, and my senior confession is, during sophomore year, during band class, I pulled the chair out from under Drayton Hughes, and he fell on his trumpet and completely crushed it.
Back in 8th grade, when I was sick for 6 months, I never did a single assignment I was assigned, and yet I still somehow made it to high school.
My name is Clayton Chestnut.
My name is Ethan Knowles.
My senior confession is, during the 8th grade, when James is gone,
very sick for about 6 months.
For the entirety of the 8th grade school year,
me and Clayton Chestnut
told people he had cancer.
That he had cancer.
We have one more PTV tradition to share with you before we say goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed this year's senior song.
How nice it'd be if we could try everything. I'm serious, let's make a list and just begin. What about danger? 'Cause I'm restless, I'm restless, I'm restless for whatever comes next. How wonderful to see a smile on your face. It cost farewell tears for a welcome home parade. A secret handshake between me and my one life. I'll find the silver lining no matter what the price. 'Cause I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry for whatever comes next. Let me tell you another secret of the trade. It feels like sinking when I'm standing in one place. So I look to the future and I book another flight. When everything feels heavy, I've learned to travel light. But I wanna be here, truly be here, to watch the ones that I love bloom. And I wanna make room to love them through and through and through and through the slow and barren seasons too. I feel hope deep in my bones that tomorrow will be beautiful. And I'm ready, God, I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready, restless and hungry. I'm ready for whatever comes next.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the class of 2025.
That wraps up the season of PTV. I'm Nathan Fisher.
I'm James Krausar.
I'm Hallie Jerby.
I'm Clayton Chestnut.
And I'm Michael Vanderveen.
Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.